Hello, guys.
Hello, I'm Johnny.
I'm Julie.
We are
The Parsons RV Journey. Hey guys, we're coming to you with another coffee talk at our favorite place on the
hold
milk.
it over here if you want to.
No, I'm not going to do that because I'm nice. So he needs joy, so he's got his joy cup. Got his joy cup going. So we thought we'd get on here and just talk to you about the ups and downs of full-time RV living. We have been living full-time in our RV since 2016, right? That would be around September of 2016, so this is 2019. So we're coming up this year on our 3-year, would that be right? Our 3-year anniversary of living full-time in an RV. That is crazy. We spent 21 years of our marriage in-house and living in a stable bricks and sticks and bricks location, but the Lord called us to do this for one reason, so that we could minister easily, and we can go on the road and just pick up and go when it's time to pick up and go. So anyway, we want to talk to you about some ups and some downs. We could have given up and quit several times, few times, and it's a temptation to do that. But we just want to talk to you guys about some of our experiences on the road. Okay, so we're going to talk first about the downs. We'll give you the bad news before we give you the good news. But some of the downs that we've experienced are actually the number one con to doing what we do are breakdowns. So number one down or drawback to RVing full-time is breakdowns, especially with a Class A like we have, because your house is connected with your motor, and so therefore if it breaks down, you are homeless unless you want to live right there in it at the shop or whatever. So
But you can get on the side of the road with a pull behind too, I'm sure,
yeah,
a breakdown.
but you have your vehicle, well, I guess, yeah, with a pull behind it would be kind of hard as well, because then you still can't go anywhere. So I guess it's still a downfall. But maybe you could have someone pull your house to a location and you could live there while the other one is being fixed. That would be an upside to having a pull behind versus a Class A. But we like the Class A because we can, as we're traveling, still do life. It's comfortable. You're not scrunched up in a little truck or a little van or anything like that. You can still do life. Now, what we want to be able to do eventually is get a tow dolly and be able to pull a van behind us, so that if we break down, we have a vehicle to go get parts or whatever. Because as we found out on our last breakdown, if you don't have a vehicle to go get your own parts and they have to bring the parts to you, it's more expensive. So you end up paying the tow company, whoever it is, to bring the parts out and to go searching for the parts for you, which we found somebody really nice last time, and he went and found the parts for us last time. Another thing is, with a Class A especially, the parts are really expensive for a big diesel engine. Most of the time with a Class A like we have, the parts are going to be really expensive. It's like each part's $500 to $2,000, which is crazy, right? We just ordered a part for our RV from Spartan Chassis, and we've learned that too, that you can go back to the whatever chassis it is, and you can get parts from that company. So with our other RV, it was Freightliner. With this RV, it's Spartan. And so, but it's expensive. So we just ordered parts, and
The parts
total,
for this bus are a little more expensive than they were for the other one.
because it was older. But this one, the parts we just ordered was $590. So that's not too bad, but that's that's a big chunk of change for us.
Yep.
So expensive parts is a downside when you break down. And then another thing is if you break down in the wrong place, say on the side of the or in the middle of the expressway, it could be a dangerous situation that you put your family into. And so that's another one of the cons or one of the downsides to full-time travel, especially in a Class A. Is it could be a dangerous situation. But you know, every day's a risk, and so every day you're putting yourself at risk. Even in a car, you could break down on the expressway in a car, and it could be dangerous. So that's not too bad.
I like having a home base city that I can call home, and you don't really have that when you're full-time RVing. We lived in Hampton, Georgia for a while. We lived in Clayton County, Georgia for a while. We lived in Monticello, which is Jasper County, for a while, and those were our cities. We based down here in Sunnyside, Georgia, at my in-laws' place.
Also in Knoxville.
And we've got a place in Knoxville, Tennessee, but we still can't really call those cities home because we're not there.
Yeah.
And so that's one thing I miss, having a hometown that I can call home. So you know, if you're a mayor or a governor or some big person watching this, you could declare us a city. Yeah.
Okay. So one of the things that I've thought about is that I don't even know. See, that doesn't bother me so much. Not having a city doesn't bother me so much. I actually really love this lifestyle and love not having a city. So, but anyway, I don't know if you can tell, but my eyes are a little bit swollen. And I deal with allergies. It's not too bad, but it's bad enough to bother me and to be annoying. And so a lot of that comes from the moisture in the RV, from condensation in the windows. And so we have to keep a constant check on the windows to make sure that they're free of mold and mildew. We have to clean, and we have to, we just recently, and we're going to do a video on this, we just recently got a dehumidifier, so we're going to be letting you guys know what we think about that. But moisture in the RV affects allergies, and it affects the way you feel, and so that's another drawback that I think. But you could have, like, all these things that we're saying you could have in not RVing. You know, houses sometimes have condensation and they have moisture, so you know, it could just depend on what location you're in. We're in Georgia, and there is a lot of rain right now, and there is a lot of
It's just cleared out.
a lot of humidity, and so it's just important that you learn how to keep it dry in the RV. And you keep
like
a check.
3 weeks of rain,
It's been crazy.
and just raining and raining and raining. We've been local. We've had some local dates down here.
Yeah.
But it's been crazy in Georgia this year, or last year.
But we're thankful for
Actually.
the rain, because you know the Bible says that rain is like a sign of abundance. It's you know, rain can be a good thing. It can be a destructive thing, but it can be a good thing.
But too much of it is
Too
not
much of a
good.
good thing, yeah, definitely. Too much of a good thing. So now that we talked a little bit about some of the downside of RVing that we found after going on, it's about September, October, November, December, January. So about 2 years and 4 months is what we've been RVing full time. And so after about 2 years and 4 months, some ups some pros to full-time RVing is what we want to talk to you about now. And to me, there's a lot more pros than cons. I sit in my little house, my little tiny house, sometimes, and I'm just so thankful for my little space. I like it. I really enjoy having that space and having that area. I just enjoy it. And then you can, one of the biggest pros to full-time RVing is that wherever you park it, that's where your home is. So you could open your door and your backyard or your front yard could be mountains. It could be rivers. It could be lakes. It could be the ocean. So you've got the full benefit of God's creation right there. You're not limited to see the same thing every day, day in, day out, same yard, day in, day out. You have freedom. And so that's what I enjoy the very most. That's the top of the list, is the freedom to enjoy life and to experience life and experience beauty. You know, whereas when you're living in a house, you wake up to the same thing every day, and to see beauty, you have to go find it. But then you've got to come back to the same old thing again. We don't have to do that, and I really enjoy that. How about you?
That's right.
So freedom's number one. Do you want to talk about that one? Convenience.
Convenience.
To do what we do. So the second thing is
convenience. We get to a place where we're going to do a gig or scene. We've got our bathroom there, you know, our generator in our bus, and it's pretty nice because we've got our home right there where we're at, and we can, you know, go in and out to and from that location and have our home there. Everything that we have there. So that's pretty convenient
cool.
there.
Well, you know, you're not going to forget anything. Before we got the RV, we would get to a church and we would be like, oh no, we forgot this or we forgot that, and so then we'd have to get back in the vehicle and drive back home. If we were close enough, drive back home, get that thing and come back. But now we have everything we need right there. It's convenient, and actually I'm spoiled rotten. There's been a couple of times that we actually left the RV somewhere and did a gig or whatever somewhere else in the van, and I'm spoiled rotten with having my house with me. So I like having everything I need right there. All my oils, y'all, I can have all my oils, everything. So it's convenient, and we can just get up and go wherever God tells us to go. And if we've got a booking, we don't have to worry about pets. That was a thing before too. We had to leave our pets and find a sitter, find somebody to go by check on them. You don't have a yard to keep up, so you don't have to worry about that. So it's just convenient for what we do for a living, which is music. And so we're just thankful for the convenience. So that is our second pro to full-time RV living. So the third pro that we want to talk about today, there's many pros, but we couldn't possibly talk about everything because we would be on here for quite a while, because I actually enjoy what we do, and so I could think of a lot of reasons why I enjoy it. But one of the hugest, is that a word? One of the biggest things I enjoy is family closeness. Now that can be a con as well, sometimes, right? That could be a con. You could get a little too much of each other. But when it's all been said and when it's all been done, and we come to the end of our lives, we're going to be happy that we were close. We're going to be happy that we were able to spend time with each other. Now one of our sons is, I don't know if we've officially said this on our channel, but one of our sons, we've traveled with our two sons for over 2 years now. And so one of our sons is moving on, and he is actually coming off the road with us. And so, but we can look back on these times where we were able to spend with him, and I believe one day we'll all be thankful that we had this time together. And so you never know what's going to be ahead. You never know the challenges that you're going to face. And so right now, enjoying our lives and spending time together, that's top of the list. And so family closeness is a huge pro to RV living. You're right there with each other, having adventures and spending time together and learning how to get along in tough situations. So if you ask us today whether we're going to keep doing this or whether should we keep doing this thing, I absolutely say yes. We're getting ready to leave to go to Florida, and I'm looking forward to getting back on the road and back to doing what the Lord's called us to do. And so, yes, for now, we are going to keep going as long as the Lord will allow us and as long as He'll provide.
They're still breathing.
There's still hope. Don't you give up. If you don't quit, you'll win.